Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to another video. Today, I wanted to do something a bit different. I wanted to introduce a new segment. I don't know what video in succession this is gonna come in. I'll figure that out later. But this segment I like to call Raunchy Reddit. One of the more popular ones is the Am I the Asshole stories. I absolutely love I love those stories. So why not have the first Raunchy Reddit be Am I the Asshole? Welcome to the first of many, but the first of our Am I the Asshole Raunchy Reddits. So let's get into it. So the first user we're gonna bring up to the bench is user slash version number 4076. Version number 4076 asks, am I the asshole for rejecting a girl who went through gastric bypass surgery for me? For me is in quotation.
All right, now it ain't that funny.
Starting off strong. Am I the asshole? First thoughts off the bat. I need so much more context in this to make a decision. I don't know. I'm gonna start by saying you're the asshole. Don't ask me why. You're the asshole. Let's read on. The thing is that we are really good friends, and I love her as a friend. She asked me out when we started college, and I said no. She weighed about 120 to 140 kilograms. I am not body fixated, but I don't find people with food issues / fixations attractive on both sides. Anyway, she got the surgery maybe a year ago, and now she weighs half apparently. She asked me out again, and again I refused. She got very upset, telling me how hard she's worked on herself this past year to feel worth my love. I do love her, but not that way. I don't find her attractive now either, and it is still a lot of talk / fixation about food. Even as a friend, I get exhausted listening to her journey and what she could and couldn't eat. All the skin removal surgery talk / infections / pus from scars. I feel nauseous just typing it. She meant that she did it for me, and now she is skinny.
It's okay.
Oh, okay. I don't think you're the asshole. You were very straightforward and honest with her, so I give you props for that. You didn't necessarily lead her on, and you also didn't change your answers just because she got skinny. So I don't think you're the asshole in this situation. Though, as her friend, I do think that you should recommend with the utmost respect that she seek counseling. It sounds more like a internal personal issue within herself, seeking out external validation, which never works out for you mamas, especially when so many are just perfect the way they are. So, as a friend who you say that you love her, please just nudge in the right direction. User Martha Stewart __ says, not the asshole, and I think the best thing that you can do right now as her friend is to sit her down and have a gentle but at the same time firm talk about your concerns for her mental health and struggles, and suggest that she see a therapist if she isn't already doing this. Yeah, one up it. I second that. I think it's an internal issue. So yes, please, within the most respectful and friendly way possible, suggest, if not doing so, like this user stated, ask them to, are you seeing a therapist? I've been thinking about seeing a therapist. Blah, blah, blah. What do you think about this? Sort of, bringing this up. Something is an internal conflict, and you would be more than a great help and doing more of a service by like not dating her and getting her help instead. Not the asshole. She got very upset telling me how hard she's been working on herself for the past year to feel worth my love. First, you never asked her to do this. Second, she's unhealthily fixated on you. She thought changing her physical looks would earn your love, but on the inside, she's still the same person. I second this. I probably wouldn't have worded it in such a I probably wouldn't have said this in like the most straightforward way, but yes, literally second this. It's definitely like a fixation on you, like a very unhealthy fixation. And there has to be like some underlying conflicts going on that is associated with this issue. So I second this, one up it, like it. Not the asshole. You never promised her anything for losing weight for you, quote unquote. Doesn't seem a healthy thing to do. Second that, like it up. I agree. So I'm gonna say verdict, not the asshole. Everyone else agrees you're not the asshole, and it seems more like a fixation, an unhealthy one at that. And I feel like not your responsibility at all. But you say you love her as a friend, as a very platonic love for her. So with that platonic love, be that friend and offer that friend, an extending hand to get support. The next user on the bench is user/greetings from your. This was greetings from your. And they're asking, am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend I would prefer being hit on by a woman rather than a man? Also, if you're asking what I'm doing, I don't want to read like what the stories are. I want to get like the shock value from the title, like we're doing right now. And I write down the titles on my notes, and then we go to Reddit and we find those stories. So this one's another difficult one because I don't know what to tell you, sir. You're on your own with that one. Right off the bat, first answers, because that's what we're doing. First answers. Right off the bat, first answers. Am I the asshole? Right off the bat, first answers. I'm gonna say you're the asshole. This sounds. I don't even know what context. I can't even tell you what context this can be in. But if I'm gonna put a scenario, to the page, and I do love to put a scenario to the page. If I'm gonna put a scenario to the page, in the context that I'm thinking, it sounds to me like your girlfriend is like, I don't know, because this kind of sounds toxic now that I'm saying it out loud. But in the context that I'm thinking, the girlfriend's probably like, oh, I don't want you hitting on girls. I don't want you being hit on by a girl or another woman, but you being hit on by a man because they're outside of your preferences. I would prefer that. I can understand that. I can understand that context from how I'm talking about it, but my defense is to sympathize with the woman, and my instinct is always going to my instincts always tell me to side with the woman in instances like this, and I do most of the time, majority, not always, but most of the time I do. But I'm gonna say you're the asshole. Just right off the bat, I'm gonna start by you're the asshole. But let's get into the story and let's read it together. So I, 27 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 25 female, for about 5 months now, and we've generally had a great relationship. But something happened recently that caused some tension between us, and I'm not sure if I can handle it right now. Please. But continue. 2 weeks ago. I don't know why I'm so itchy. Like, allergy season is really whooping my ass. 2 weeks ago, we went out to a restaurant, and our server, a guy, seemed to be hitting on me. He was overly friendly, gave me a couple of compliments, and even winked at me. Yikes. As a straight guy, the whole situation made me feel pretty awkward and a bit embarrassed. My girlfriend found it hilarious and couldn't stop laughing about it. I laughed along to keep things light, but it felt a bit uncomfortable. I understand. As a queer individual, I not even that. As an empath, I am a very strong empath. So I find means to empathize with anyone, and it is my biggest curse, and it is my biggest blessing. But I'm a big empathizer, and I can see where he's coming from. And also too, as like a queer individual, I can kind of see how like not knowing someone's sexual preference and then attempting to do what straight men do to women, I can see how it can be uncomfortable. So I get it. I can see that I get it. But something about this doesn't feel right. And I think I'm right about something not being right. But let's continue. Last night we were out for dinner again, this time with some friends, and my girlfriend brought up the story about the server. Everyone found it funny and we all were laughing until I made a comment that seemed to change the mood. I said something like, honestly, I'd rather a woman hitting on me than a guy. Okay. Obviously, I feel like everyone knows your sexual preference, so you don't need to state it in the air obvious. And it's because of your sexual preference that everyone finds it funny. Like, as I'm reading this, it feels as though you're uncomfortable because there's a threat to your masculinity, when I feel like talking about this from the other side and playing devil's advocate at the same time, I feel as though you're compensating your masculinity. Like, this shouldn't be a threat to your masculinity. If anything, it should heighten your... I never understood, but you know, I'm on the other side, so I get it. But when women compliment me, I feel like I am the shit. Like, hello? Come on. So I feel like you're compensating for your... I feel like you're trying to overcompensate for your masculinity when you're being complimented by someone that you don't see yourself being with. I don't know. I would feel honored. I do feel honored when I'm complimented. I have a hard time accepting them, but I feel honored. So I feel as though this is just like, you're doing too much right now. You're doing too much. My girlfriend got upset and accused me of being homophobic. She also questioned why I want anyone hitting on me when I'm in a relationship. I tried to explain it was just a joke, and that as a straight man, I'm simply more comfortable with women showing interest than men. I assured her that it wasn't about wanting to be hit on, but rather how I'd feel in that situation. Despite my explanation, she was still pretty angry and said that my comment was disrespectful and dismissive of other people's sexualities. Now, things are a bit tense between us, and I'm wondering if I'm in the wrong for saying what I said. Am I the asshole for making that comment? Here's my 2 cents before we get into the 3 comments. Again, I still believe that you're trying to overcompensate for your masculinity. I would start by asking, why did it make you feel uncomfortable? What part of it made you feel uncomfortable? And also too, I would ask you, would that be something that you could see yourself doing to a woman? Or if the roles were in pleasurable favors, could you see yourself in that position, you know, trying to shoot your shot with someone when you never, as queer people navigating this world, it's so hard to be open with who you are and still be cautious that other people, especially other people who are in your preference, I guess, might not be attracted to you or might be straight, you know? So it's hard to navigate. And so I can see both sides of the field. I can see how you can be an asshole, and I can also see how you are not the asshole in a situation as well. But I feel as though there's more to the story and like a personal sort of thing going on, you know? I don't know. I would ask you these questions because I don't want to assume anything. So I would need more clarifying questions, but I can see both sides. I can see how you can be an asshole, and I can see how you're not an asshole. Let's see what other people think. Tiguinus83 says, not the asshole, but a funny story to relate to you from years ago. I play music professionally for a living. About 10 years ago, I was playing a show at a country band at a gay honky tonk bar. Ooh, a gay honky tonk. Okay. Yes, it's a thing. During a set break, we were outside drinking, and a guy comes up to me and says, "Hi, I'm John. You guys are great. What's your name?" I told him my name. He says, "Nice to meet you. Are you gay?" I told him no, and he goes, "Aw, damn, you're hot." I said, "Well, thank you," kind of dismissively, and he stops me and says, "No, listen to me. When a gay guy says you're hot, you're really hot." So I said, "Well, I'll take that as a high compliment then. Thank you." Kind of brightened my whole day, honestly. So even though it might have made you uncomfortable, hold your chin up a bit higher because you must be keeping up with your appearance quite well. Okay, I like this one. I agree. Like, this is the same thing that I was saying. You should feel, proud. Like, made the compliment, sexuality became clear. Although did double down, it was more in like a playful way. Now, I know there are maybe queer people out there who might be pushing their boundaries as much as they can. So I can see it, I get it. But this isn't every case, So I really like this take on it. So Tiguinus87, right on with you. I'm gonna like that one. I'm a thumbs up one up. I'm a thumbs up one up. Says not the asshole. Not the asshole. You are not homophobic because you rather have a woman hit on you. I totally agree. Thumbs that one up. Right on to you. Not the asshole. She's the one making the joke of you being made uncomfortable by being subjected to unwanted sexual attention. Ask her why she takes such delight in your discomfort. As for your waiter, I hope you left him a rude note explaining his unprofessional behavior in the lieu of a tip. Half agree, half disagree. Only because a lot of the people in these comments, I don't know your genders, I could not assume, but these feel more like male-centric ideas. I do agree. You're not the asshole. You have your preferences. So if someone hitting on you makes you uncomfortable, you have every right to that. You're not the asshole for simply stating the facts. But I feel like your girlfriend is overreacting. That is simply a fact. You would prefer people of your preference to hit on you instead of people who are not of your preference. That's just it just simply makes sense, So I don't think you're the asshole. But I do think a lot of the arguments within this thread are very much more a common mindset, like, yes, you're not the asshole, but then it's like, oh, the unprofessionalism of the waiter, X, Y, and Z. I don't know. I don't really see that as unprofessional because, again, I see a lot, and I'm not saying all, but I see a lot of men doing this to women, like, all the time. So I feel as though if anyone should understand this sort of situation, it's you guys. But maybe, who knows? I don't want to discriminate. If you're straight, hi. I love you all. Unless you don't love me. I love you all. Anyways. So, final conclusions. I don't think you're the asshole, but I do think a lot of your takes are a bit questionable. And last but not least, Thrower underscore rose petals. I hope that's how you say that. Underscore rose petals asks, am I the asshole for kicking my boyfriend out of our hotel when I found out he cheated? Not the asshole. You're absolutely not the asshole at all. Whatever do you mean? Not even close to the asshole. I don't even need to hear more. You're not the asshole. But let's hear more. I'm at the beach with my boyfriend and our friends. The weekend was going well, for the most part. I got back to the hotel last night after spending all day at the beach to find messages on his phone from February of him messaging an escort to come over to fetish. He has a fart fetish. I would have never judged him, and he hid it from me. Having a fetish is one thing, but asking a girl he doesn't know to come over for $400 $400 to do this fetish is gross. The messages are from February. We became official in November. He got mad and said he never actually did anything, and he ended the convo with her. He said he messaged her because, quote unquote, I don't want someone I love and sleep next to and kiss farting in my face, end quote. He missed the entire point.
No, let's do something else. Anything else. Literally anything else.
I started to think about, quote unquote, what if this girl did come over and I found her hair? I'd obviously assume he had sex with her, end quote, since I didn't know about the fetish. Even if I knew the fetish, it's still not okay. I don't want another girl in my boyfriend's room, nor do I want him paying another girl to handle his fantasies. And what if she did come over? He's gonna have this girl do this fetish, get turned on, then probably sleep with her while having a loving and devoted girlfriend. Unbelievable. Recently, he's been joking about, quote unquote, farting on his farting. But he plays it off as a joke. Now it makes sense. Now. Not before. Not when he said it before. No. Now. It's making sense. Anyway, I kicked him out of our hotel, and our one friend came to pick him up and let him stay with him and his girlfriend. I haven't heard from my boyfriend since. Some of our friends came to my spot to talk, and all I could do was cry. They don't know what the fetish is. They don't know what the fetish is, but they said it's wrong. And he was asking another girl while in a committed relationship. During our fight, he also admitted to messaging four girls and $400. He kept talking down to me as if he didn't cheat. But our one friend said, if this counts as cheating to you, it is. And she's right. She's right. Because if I did this, if it was me, if I did this to him, he'd be furious. He doesn't even like when I make him simple compliments about a male celebrity. I can't even make a simple compliment about a male celebrity. I can't. He's been messing with me lately, saying, unless you're cheating on me, quote unquote, and asking for so much reassurance lately, which is why I looked in his phone. I knew something was wrong. I didn't know something was wrong when he asked me to do that thing on his thing. But I know now. He's in a band and always tries to justify why rock stars cheat. which made me anxious too. I constantly walk on eggshells with him. What, girl? All I've ever done is support him through his career path of being a musician. No car, no job. Oh, honey. Oh. 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 Oh, my heart. Should have stopped there, but that's okay. You did what you did, girl, so we go. That's okay. We go and move on, okay? Anyways.
So what's your sentence for her?
Electric chair.
I've loved him with every ounce of my being, and he does this? I feel sick. I feel useless. I feel betrayed. I feel hurt. And what sucks is 10 minutes before finding out, a couple passed us and said, y'all are so cute. You felt that, if you felt that in your heart, in your spirit, in your being. He was like, oh, thank you so much. You know, I think the same thing. Thank you. You guys are cute too. Whole time your man cheating on you on the side with that. Okay. My trust issues are already bad. Now they're destroyed by someone who was supposed to be my best friend and the person I was truly in love with. End quote. Okay, let's buckle up before we read these comments, because honey, first of all, I'm gonna need you to watch. No, let me stop.
How is that right?
If you haven't seen my character breakdown of Why Women Kill, definitely go check that out, because it's a great show. No association or ties, period. But it's a great show. But anyways, this has nothing to do with this. I don't think you're the asshole, and quite honestly, your partner, your boyfriend, is absolutely toxic. He's clearly trying to manipulate you and using his career, well, his passion, I should be more specific, and he's using his passion as a way to manipulate you into thinking that cheating is okay because he's a rock star.
If I had pearls, I would be clutching them right now.
You are doing the right thing by leaving that man, and you deserve so much better. Like, it sounds like you put your heart and soul into this relationship, and even like even just reading into this very deeply, the small comment about how like a couple minutes had passed, like before she found out a couple said that they were cute, you can clearly see how much the relationship means to her. So you're not the asshole, girly. And let's see what the people in the comments have to say about this. User sorting_new says, not the asshole, your boyfriend is a total cheater. Messaging escorts question mark. That's cheating. End of story. Doesn't matter if he didn't go through with it. And now he's trying to make you feel crazy. Classic gaslighting. Sounds like he's been shady for a while with all that jealousy and accusing you of cheating. Projecting much? Question mark. You did the right thing kicking him out. Let me get it right. Honestly, you should dump his ass for good. I don't know why I said it like that, but that's how I meant it. Honestly, you should dump his ass for good. You deserve way better than some jobless loser who treats you like crap and can't keep it in his pants. Don't let him sweet talk his way back. Once a cheater, always a cheater. You're better off without him. 10 toes. I stand down on this, mamas. I agree. He ain't shit. Leave that.
When I catch you, bitch, nobody can help you. Not your mother, not your sister, not your husband, not God.
I don't know if you and not. You know? Like, he is manipulative. He is manipulative. He is using this period in time to use you because you're taking care of him. And he's still taking you for granted. You could be doing so much better. I want better for you. This is not for you. I'm gonna need you. And keep it pushing. Okay. Next. Not the asshole. He's a weirdo and a cheater. Move on. Period. Again, I agree. Not the asshole. Please refer to him as old pink eye from now on. I don't think you're the asshole. Move along. Get rid of him. You're done with him. Move along. I want better for you. That is all the stories we have. Those absolutely atrocious stories. These are juicy. And I can't wait to read more of them. If there's more stories like this, or if you have your own Am I the Asshole stories and you want to hear me review them and put my 2 cents in it, leave them on Reddit. I'm probably going to go to Reddit. So leave them on Reddit and then leave me your Reddit thing. And I'll read them there. But thank you so much for watching. I absolutely have so much fun with these videos. It feels like I can just sit down and talk. For these videos, I don't have to edit them too much. Maybe put like a cheeky little fun spin on the editing or whatever, but I wanted these to feel more personal and feel like a conversation. You know, I'm such an awkward person. I don't know where my eyes should be while recording, so there's sometimes here, there's sometimes here. Most of the time I'm looking at my iPad. It makes me feel the most comfortable, and I just like talking. You know, my thing is talking, so when I can talk, I'm just gonna talk. So thank you for listening to me talk, and I hope you join me again in another Am I the Asshole raunchy Reddit, or another one of our raunchy Reddits, because we're gonna have a few, because I want to do queer stories. I've been so obsessed with like Jimmo's gay story reviews. Those are so unhinged. I need to put my opinion on them, because some of those stories, okay, I get it, yeah, cute, blah, blah, blah. Others, what the fuck are you even doing? You need to cut it out. But I want to review them, so we're going to talk about them. I also want to talk about like unexplained true crime stories as well from Reddit, and your stories where you experience some weird magical shit. And it's going to get raunchy, so thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, guys.